Hey guys, Francis here, and I wanted to give you a little bit of Pilates practice where we focus more on the arms. Here we go. We'll start by coming down onto your mat. We'll use a block. We'll do a classic warm-up. Squeeze the block between the thighs, hold on to the hamstrings, sit up as tall as you can. Big breath in, and as you exhale, now pull the belly away from your thighs, round out the back. Make a firm shape with your arms already here. And then sit up tall, long spine, open chest. And again, exhale, belly pulls in as you round. Sit up tall. Just two more like that. Belly pulls in and sit up tall. One more time. Here we go. All right, from here, we're going to continue to roll down further. Everything down but your shoulder blades. Pause when you get there. Now inhale. As you exhale, deflate your abs. See them move down. Keep the abs in. Breathe into the back of the lungs. Don't let the abs push out. And then exhale, curl back up. Now lift long through the spine again. Two more like that. Belly pulls in. Try to sequentially roll down through your spine, one vertebra at a time. Think of the bottom tips of your shoulder blades as coming just above the mat, just there. Exhale, deflate. Inhale into the back of the lungs. That's called posterior lateral breath. And then exhale, curl your way up. Work the lift. One last one. Here we go. Belly pulls in, mobilizing the spine. Find your upper body alignment here. Base of the breastbone down. Exhale, deflate the abs. Inhale, back of the lungs fills. Exhale, curl. Work the lift. Okay, good. Now from here, we'll get ready for the hundreds. We'll work where we will pump the arms. So let's come down. Take your block underneath your head like a pillow. You'll use the block as much or as little as you like. Pull, depending on how your neck feels. Pull the belly in, press the low back into the floor, legs up. Hold on to the hamstrings. Now find your upper body alignment that we found earlier. So nod the head once to curl the head, neck, and shoulder blades off. Pull with your arm strength to come into that upper body alignment a little stronger. Legs are energized and straight. We'll laterally rotate the thigh bones from the hip sockets and squeeze the thighs together. We'll start with the legs here at first, really focusing on pressing the low back into the floor from the belly pulling in. Now reach the arms long, start to pump the arms. We inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep your low back pressing into the floor. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. If you need more challenging, you can keep your low back pressing, then you can lower your legs on an angle. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3. Halfway there, and inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale. So we're doing the hundreds. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. That breathing into the back of the lungs keeps the upper body buoyant. Couple more rounds like this. Exhale 2. Let's do one more round. Here we go. 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release and rest. Take your block away. Let your head come down. Start to do pelvic rocks. Low back pressing into the floor and low back arching and low back pressing and low back arching. Make the rocking smaller and smaller. Find roughly the middle. Let's engage our deep core muscles. The pelvic floor, muscles between the sitting bones, the pubic bone, and the tailbone, right at the base of the torso, pulling in and up toward your head. So engage the pelvic floor first. Skinny middle neck. So imagine you have a weight belt on and tighten that with your own muscles, but you're not going to push your low back into the floor. We're looking for more of a neutral alignment in the pelvis and spine. Okay, so pelvic floor number 1, transverse abdominals is that skinny middle. Now long spine is number 3. So those 3 actions, pelvic floor, transverse abdominals, the long spine is multifidi, the small muscles along either side of the vertebra. And we're going to use those to stabilize as we lengthen one leg up and laterally rotate the thigh bone from the hip socket, crossing the midline for leg circles. We circle and pause and circle and pause. No rocking side to side in the hips. Right, we're going to do a couple more like this. A little more challenge is to lengthen the bottom leg, which is harder to stabilize. That's the classic version. Let's reverse the direction. Circle and pause. Circle and pause. 2 more. Circle and 1 more. And circle. Parallel leg. Flex the foot for bottom. I'll lengthen that leg all the way down. And here we go. Point it up. Flex it down. Point it up. Flex it down. A couple more times like this. Keep breathing. Let's do 4 more. And a 3. And a 2. And a 1. Let's hug the thigh into the chest. and then switch to the other side. So feet on the floor, arms alongside the body. Start with the pelvic rocks, low back pressing and arching. So we'll do a little bit of this sort of leg series just to kind of get the core going a little bit, work our deep core stabilizers. Find roughly the middle, a little bit of space between your low back and the floor. Now we engage those deep core muscles again, pelvic floor 1, transverse abdominals 2, long spine. Now left leg up, laterally rotate and crossing 6 times. 2 and that pause, and that 3 and that pause. No rocking side to side in the hips, right? And remember, more challenge will be the bottom leg long. Let's reverse directions, right? But if you find that your pelvis is rocking from side to side, then bend the bottom knee so that bottom foot can help you stabilize a little more, okay? Now parallel leg, flex the foot, lengthen it all the way down, and point it up, flex it down. 8 times on this one. Breathing, and 4 more, here we go. 4, no pelvic rocks on this. We're stabilizing here, mobilizing at the hip socket. Now hug the thigh into the chest. All right, now we said we would focus on arms a little bit more, so let's go ahead and from here, let's come up to seated. We'll do a little bit of rolling like a ball, and then we'll work into some seated variations where we involve the arms a little bit more, and we'll do some classic push-ups after that, okay? So starting with rolling like a ball. Already here, tight ball shape, elbows out to the side, belly pulling in, and firm up your arm shape right here. Let's inhale, come back, and exhale, come up and balance. Inhale back, exhale up and balance. Inhale back, exhale up and balance. And again, here we go. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. 1 more time. Here we go. All right, now from here, let's work, touch the toes down, hands to the hamstrings, lift up long through the spine, squeeze one knee straight, and then the other one. Keep the arms firm here. And now shin bones parallel to the floor. Now reach one or both hands towards your feet, and then shin bones reach up and parallel, and up and parallel. 2 more, up and parallel, up and stay and hold it, hold it, hold it. Arms reach down, back, up and forward, down, back, up and forward, down, back, up and forward. 1 more, down, back, up and forward, and reach, 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 and then come down. Now legs long. Okay, if your hamstrings are a little tight, it will be hard to keep that low back lifted. So if you feel like if your pelvis were a bowl, you're spilling water out of the back of the bowl, then you got to get that pelvis upright so that your spine can really be upright as well. So depending on the length of your hamstrings, you might need to bend the knees a little bit. We'll start with, from here, we said we would involve some more of the arms as we move into these upright seated positions. So here we go. We'll start with just setting up your legs. Right? If you're flexible, you can have the legs long and work the lift of the low back. Otherwise, bend the knees. All right. So we'll energize the legs regardless. Squeeze them together. Now, fingertips to shoulders. To sternum. Pull the belly in and round out the back. Now, reach the arms forward. Turn the palms to face out. As your arms press out, your head dives towards your knees. Ready? Here we go. It's like you're swimming like the breaststroke. Here we go. Ready? Push and dive the head forward. Now, lift the arms up. Come out, and then we come back to our beginning position. Inhale to start. Exhale, C curve. Reach forward, press the palms out. Reach up and around, and back to our starting. Again, belly pulls in, reach forward, palms out, dive, up and around. And again, here we go. Belly pulls in, reach, palms out, dive it, up and around. And that's our starting position again. Next one. L shaped with the elbows, belly firm. Hinge back in one long one. Now hinge and reach. Now palms face out again. Reach, dive over again. Reach up and around, back to our L shape. And hinge and reach. Press, dive, around, back to our start. Again, hinge, reach. Press, dive, and around. Let's do one more like that. Here we go. Hinge it back. Hinge and reach, press and dive, around and up. Now, sitting cross-legged, lengthen through the spine. Arms reach out. Elbows come in and back and down. Reach as though you're putting on long white gloves. You're hugging a tree is the shape here. And then arms reach forward and up, and then open. Elbows in and reach. I have a wonderful teacher that's coming to mind who I remember learning this arm exercise from. Her name is Roxanne Narachi. So big shout out to Roxanne. If you're out there, you can remember this arm exercise I learned from you, and I think of you every time I do it. Right? Really working through those different motions, right? Feeling that nice active movement that is really affecting those arms. Now let's go ahead and from here bring the fingertips, the backs of the hands to the shoulder, to the forehead. Right? Hinge a little bit forward. Your spine is still long. Now from here, we're just going to reach the arms forward and then come back to our forehead and reach forward and up, back to the forehead. Reach forward and up and back to the forehead. Now we'll go to the back instead. So reach the hand just to the back of the head and forward, back of the head. Reach forward and back and forward and back and release. Let's circle the shoulders around the back a few times. 2 more. Now squeeze the shoulders up and release. Again, squeeze up and release. 2 more. Squeeze up and release. 1 more. Squeeze up and release. Now, we'll come back on all fours and we'll get variations on this arm work here. So if you haven't done a lot of arm work or if you're recovering from an injury, you want to take it easy and build your way back slowly. So I'll give you options. So from here, the drinking lion. So coming forward and down and then coming back to straight. So basically it's a variation on the push-up where your knees are more underneath your hips. So more of the weight goes into the lower body than in the arms. I mean, if you really had issues here, you would shift your weight even further back and you could be very light on the arms. So you can work on your alignment. You can just kind of ease in very slowly and easily. If you need more challenge, we'll then add in the layers where you have a little more weight into the hands here. If you want a little more challenge, you would do knees further back, torso on an angle, and you could cross the ankles and do from here the classic knee push-up. Now I recommend doing the elbows in 2 different directions, right? So elbows in and tight towards your body is one way. You can also widen the hands and do the elbows out to the sides. So you really want to do both. Now the other version is to do the classic push-up. If you're easing your way into this one, then you would start by just bending the elbows a little bit. So belly firm, just coming into that long shape, bend just an inch, and then press the arms straight. If you can come further, then you would come further, right? Keep breathing wherever you are. Let's do a couple more of these. Maybe 2 more. Maybe 1 more. Rest in child's pose. Take a full breath in. Take a full breath out. Again, a full breath in. And a full breath out. And we'll do 1 more round of push-ups. Choose whichever option feels good for you today. Drinking lion, the knee push-up, or the classic. See what variation feels good. You can change up the elbow line alignment out to the sides or in tight. When you do the elbows out toward the sides, you're working more of the horizontal fibers of your pec muscles. When you do the elbows in tight, you're working more of the vertical pec muscles. The pecs you can think of like a fan, right? So really could kind of do, if you wanted to be really specific, you might do different angles all along the way. But I like to at least do those 2, right? Let's do a couple more of this push-up. Choose your option. Let's do 10, and 9, and 8, and switch up the arms, and 7, and 6, and 5. Keep breathing. 4. Now feel free to rest early. It's okay. Last 2 if you're still with me. And 1. And let's release. Come back. Take a full breath in. Take a full breath out. 1 more breath in. And then 1. 1 last one. From all fours. Hands just slightly in front of where they would be underneath your shoulders. Lower the forearms down onto the floor so that they're parallel. Now, bring the nose toward your thumbs. And then come back. Put some weight into your hands and then lift back up. Now this one, just as before, the more weight you have back, the milder it will be. You can do that with not much weight on the arms at all. The more weight forward, the more you're going to feel it. Okay, so we'll do a couple more of these. and press, up, and down, forward slowly. I think of this a little bit when you're coming forward and down, like when you were a kid and you would like slide head first down the slide. Right? So we can kind of think of that a little bit, just visualizing the torso moving in one long line. Keep breathing. That's it, that's good. So you're really feeling the back of the arms, the back of the upper arms on this one. Now come down just to the bottom there. Back up 1 inch. Do little pulses as you come forward. And then feel the triceps working. 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. And you should get a really nice workout for your the back of the upper arms. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. Now let's finish up with just a little bit of a stretch. So let's go cross-legged again. Sit up tall. Reach one arm across. And then up and down. Lengthen the breath. Reach across. And down. Let's do palms together, reach the arms forward, palms facing toward the front, and then with the fingers guiding back and forward. And then fingers come together, palms forward, so palms together and forward. So together and open. And one last thing from here too, actually. From the arms being out to the side and your fingers pointing back, right? You're reaching your fingers back. Let's do just the wrist. Flex and flex. It's actually extension of the wrist. Extension of the hand at the wrist point. I'm going to be technical here. Let's do 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now, hold on to your thumbs. Turn your fists, would-be thumbs down. And like you're knocking on the wall behind you, move from the wrist. 6 and 7 and 8 and 7 and 6 and 5, 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Circle again. First direction. And since we've been working on arms, let's just give ourselves a little bit of a treat. Reach one hand across to the other shoulder and just grab on the feet. You can hold your elbow with the other hand. Just kind of start to knee those upper traps like the knee and belly. And then let's switch. Okay, all right. So there you have it, guys. A couple of moves, Pilates practice, and a few moves that focus a little bit more on the arms so that we can kind of keep nice and strong. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button below. You can subscribe if you want to receive the next videos as they come out. Feel free to share with a friend. I hope these help and that you are having a great day and feel more free and easy in your body. Have a great day. Take care.